You can watch me when I fall, when I cry, when I get shot, when I go to jail, when I die. You can watch.
MAKAVELI in this. Your homie Gab is in the building.
Hey, yo, Shock. Let them hoes know.
Shock G, baby. They know who I am. I'm the man who put the piano behind Tupac Shakur. And I'm proud of that.
Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. And this is MAKAVELI Media. They say when it rains, it pours, y'all. And all I can keep thinking about is these damn April showers. The month of April has been a nightmare for the hip-hop community, for the hip-hop family, and for the culture at large. In the month of April alone, we'd already lost DMX, then Black Rob, and then Shock G. It's catastrophic on a lot of levels. But in this Tupac community, the Shock G death hit very close. Hit very close to home. So let me take time right now to give a shout out to my homeboy from the DU, Mr. Money B, to my homeboy Mass, who's a pupil or a protege of Shock G, to my homeboy Mouse Man, who was all part of that big DU Tupac family back in the day. I know you guys are personally affected by what happened to Shock G. Let me give a shout out to my homeboy Big True, to my homeboy Big D. See, all these guys knew and loved Shock G. And I know that his death personally affects a lot of people. We give a shout out to Layla Steinberg. It's my homegirl. I know she's shaken up by the death of Shock G. It's my homeboy Young Noble. The list goes on and on, man. Shock G touched a lot of people, including you guys, including me, you know, including all the fans out there. Yes, you feel this loss of Shock G. A lot of people feel, you know, a sense of dedication to Shock G in the sense of, you know, without Shock G, would we have found Tupac at the time we discovered him? You know, if Shock G hadn't recognized the talents in Tupac Shakur and took Tupac from being basically an unknown young man and giving him an opportunity to learn the music industry through him, to get introduced to the rap game through him. A lot of people owe Shock G a sense of gratitude in that form and fashion. But to me, it runs a little deeper to me because the way Shock G talks about Tupac, you can feel the love. He talks about Tupac not only from the standpoint of a friend or a mentor, but as a fan and a hip-hop historian. Shock G understood Tupac on every level. He understood him as an individual, as an artist, as a person younger than himself, a person trying to discover himself. Shock G had absolutely broke Tupac down and figured him out. He figured out what would be more successful for Tupac when he was giving Tupac his tracks. He figured out Tupac wanted to go in this direction, so his music needed to sound this way. He gave him beats like I Get Around, So Many Tears. You know, big records for Tupac when Tupac needed direction. You know, Tupac always searched for a father figure, a big brother of sorts. Shock G played that role as well, helping Tupac get a driver's license or getting an apartment or, you know, teaching him how to run his finances. See, these are the things that most people wouldn't go out their way to do for a young artist that they're working with. But he was trying to develop Tupac the man, Tupac the person, not just Tupac the artist. I truly believe that Shock G understood that he was dealing with something very special when dealing with Tupac. And I truly believe that Tupac's death affected Shock G to the day he died. I really believe that. Shock G broke Tupac down. He understood Tupac to a T. He was examining how Tupac rhymed from the pit of his stomach. Other people spent time around Tupac, but I don't think they spent or paid that much close attention. I bet Shock G could have told you Tupac's favorite food, what he liked to drink, his favorite movie. I mean, just things that most people wouldn't pay, that much attention to. I think Shock G cherished every second of it. Because like he said, he knew he was dealing with something of importance. So when Tupac called him, he stopped everything he was doing and would come to wherever Tupac was. Now keep in mind, this was his protege. This was his student that ultimately became greater than the teacher. I just think it would make one epic story because he was there not for the whole ride, but for the long ride, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, if I ever had the opportunity of doing the Tupac biopic, it would be a lot of people in the room. But the one person that I would absolutely must have in the room with me would have been Shock G. I would like to have Snoop there. I would love to have Mouse Man there. I would love to have a lot of people there. But Shock G, like I said, is the guy that would absolutely have to be there, in my opinion. Money B would have to be there, but Shock G, like I said, Shock G is vital in the Tupac, legacy, Tupac's history. I just feel like so many stories went untold. To understand the complete complex nature of what it was that Tupac brought to the table, I think Shock G could have broke it down in a sense where if you put a screenwriter beside him, he would have gave you enough ammunition for people to really truly get the true understanding of what it takes to make an artist like Tupac. Tell him it's got to go perfectly like this and this got to go like that. And, I think it's just a waste, man. I just think that, Shock G leaving us so soon or not giving the proper platform to truly, like I say, be the anchor of a Tupac biopic or a Tupac miniseries. I just think it's just a wealth of Tupac knowledge that just got lost for good. I know collectively, a lot of people could tell the story. People that may have spent more time around Tupac than Shock G, but I don't think those people, digested what they were saying through Tupac like Shock G did. Just hear Shock G talk. People say, I love to hear Shock G stories. Shock G internalized Tupac's persona when he tell those stories. You see him get animated. You see him, get sad. You see him bust out laughing when he talks about Tupac. And it's genuine. And I just think, a chance at making the perfect Tupac biopic just went up in smokes. That's my humble opinion. And I would love to know how you guys feel about it. With Shock G is vital to the Tupac storytelling, as I think. Jada got a story with Tupac. Suge got a story with Tupac. Everybody got a story with Tupac. But nobody can tell theirs like Shock G. Shock G's story of Tupac is one of poverty, one from the gutter, one that rises up like a phoenix and takes off to the top of hip-hop stardom. That's the story that Shock G wanted to share with the world. Shock G's story, to me, is just epic. I don't know, you guys. Tell me what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Did the perfect opportunity of having the ultimate Tupac biopic just die with Shock G? Or can we still put collective heads together and still make a pretty good Tupac biopic somewhere in the near future? I need you guys to share and like this video. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is MAKAVELI Media. I'm your homie Gab. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm signing off. But before I get up out of here, I want to hit Shock G with a rest in peace. Salute, big homie. Job well done. Peace.